Hey guys, what's up? It's Boot Body Cam. We're going to review a live stream that's going on right now. For the past couple of weeks, there's been a group of individuals on YouTube who call themselves the Union. They've formed their own little YouTube policing squad where they believe that they have the right and the level over you to basically claim that you've done something wrong and that despite a police investigation, you still need to answer to them. So, with that being said, looks like these individuals have brought my name up now and included me in their huge, crazy zootic conspiracy theories. So, I figured, you know what? Let's go ahead, let's entertain it. So, with that being said, guys, we've got GS up on panel since they're reviewing his video, and then we've
Hey,
got Navy
GS.
Girl up on panel as well. Welcome, guys. Thank you for coming up here. How you guys do tonight?
Uh, been better. I've been better.
I'm
Same
doing
here, same here.
I'm doing well, thanks. I'm just finishing off the rest of my sauce so that I can put it in the fridge and I'll can it tomorrow. I'm listening.
Woo.
You
Woo.
guys, you guys ready to review some silliness? You
Absolutely.
guys ready for a good time?
Yep.
All right, I am too. All right, guys, let's get it taken away.
Court of law yet.
We're about 2 minutes
but
behind.
we're more interested in seeing what the court of public opinion has to say. And so far, what we have gathered from the court of public opinion is that folks want this investigated thoroughly and they're suspicious of Rabbit.
And that's fine, but the question comes into play is like, where does Josh, the guy who can't figure out which house to crash out on, get off thinking he gets to like conduct any investigation at all?
Exactly. Exactly. And the reason why they think all of these things is because of the crap that they've been putting in everybody's head.
What do you mean?
I'm saying that they say, oh, it's the court of public opinion wants us to look into this. That's because they've been putting this crap in all their heads.
Well, yeah, it's not that a bunch of people want to know. It's about they want to know because they've come up
Right.
with the conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I've got a I find it interesting because I was kind of minding my own business, and I think Tav, Alicia, and Porter were the main spearheaders of the whole propaganda war that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Because and I have messages between myself and Alicia, who's Save Piqua. I've got sorry if this is a little too loud. I apologize. I'll stop doing it for a second. Messages on Windows Messenger, like a couple days after, I believe it was a couple days after Andrea allegedly did herself in, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, she's immediately like asking questions and trying to kind of like get in my head of like, well, what do I think about these things, right? And
Right.
so that's her goal. And then she's planting little subtle disparaging remarks against Billy, otherwise known as the Rabbit. And so I'm looking at my wife as I'm reading them because my wife knows everything that goes on my internet. If she doesn't, all she has to do is ask, and I open it up to her. Not because I'm a cuck, it's because I respect my wife. My marriage
Right.
is between me and my wife. So I was looking at it and I was reading off the messages to my wife, and my wife is looking at me going, just be careful what you say. She's like, don't say anything really. It feels awkward. It feels weird. And hindsight now, yeah, she was definitely trying to get a bunch of people to come out against Rabbit, and she was trying to marshal an army.
Right.
And I've got the messages, and I was very respectful, and I said, well, people act differently when they lose somebody. Grief is different for different people. I'm not going to judge how somebody grieves. Would I grieve that way? I don't think I would. Is it weird? I don't know, because different people grieve differently, and that's basically all I said to her. But man, she thought it was George Metz, which is Rogue Nation. And
Right.
so then when I realized, and she even had sent like text messages of Andrea saying, promoting my Bible study channel and saying that I'm a good person or a decent person, that she should reach out to me because I'm a decent person. and then they're saying that I wasn't any kind of a friend to Lion and all this other stuff. And I would love to have been considered a friend to Lion, but I just didn't know her that
Sure.
well. I was
Yeah.
super friendly to her. She was very friendly to me. But I just don't call everyone that pops into my life my friend. You know, I'm not in middle school.
Right.
So, I mean, and I don't mean that to degrade from Lion, and I don't understand how they equate that. And I apologize, I'm being long-winded right now, but I've been
Yeah.
wrapping my head around it that they're saying that I used to be friendly to Lion, but I'm not now. And I just heard it on Ruff's channel not too long ago. I'm like, I've never not been friendly to Lion.
Right.
So just because I'm not swallowing down all your idiotic gravy doesn't mean I don't like Lion. So I just wanted to get that off my chest, and I can furbish those messages at some point in time in the future.
Well, see, so what I find very interesting is throughout this whole time, I've kind of been in the background, just watching everything going on. And the whole time, I've never seen anything concrete, just a lot of recordings with people's, like, I guess, interpretation of them, their opinion, but like nothing like concrete. And then
Right.
yesterday, I see a live stream where they try to call the police department. They end up calling the wrong police department at first because that's how smart they are. But then once they finally get the correct department, they go about it in such a way that they just get hung up on. I mean, this police department wants nothing to do with them. And then when they finally talk to the, I believe, chief of police, he says it is in fact
Yeah.
a unaliving, if you will.
I think it was to correct the record. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was the sheriff,
Sheriff. It was the sheriff.
Sheriff,
not
yeah.
not the chief of police. But go ahead. I just didn't want them to be like, oh, they can't get anything right.
Well, now they're claiming that, and I think I heard them say this. Now they're claiming that he said the FBI is looking into it.
Because Cliff and Press, so with Cliff, it's his age. With Press, it's all the compacted dirt from him not cleaning himself in his ears. But he said the SBI. So the state was investigating it, and they ruled it a sushi side.
Oh my god.
So just because that's what Cliff thinks he heard,
Yeah.
it's not what was said. So
Good Lord.
but yeah, we're gonna see what these geniuses have to say now, because now they've completely moved the goalpost. They haven't talked about what they were wrong about yesterday at all today.
Right.
Now it's about Ruff. Now it's about a whole triad. They've got San Joaquin in there now, backing them up too. It's a very interesting live stream,
Yeah.
I feel, and I think we should just review it. That's all I'm
Dive
saying.
right in.
Right.
Well, I agree with that statement, Miss Teresa. Thank you very much for that donation. I'll make sure I heart that, like it, and comment. No, it's interesting though, in a weird.
And just so you guys know, this is streamception. This is a stream within a stream within a stream. So enjoy.
way. I don't take credit for it. I know I say stuff like, "Hey, Linda T." I know I say things like I'm doing the Lord's work and I'm doing God's work, and I mean that almost tongue in cheek, right? Because the Lord's about doing His work. I don't take any credit for what the Lord does.
I'm not impressed with his
Right?
activism.
I don't.
You know? Yeah,
What?
I
Tad's
mean, maybe if
comment
he was
there.
That one?
Yeah, directly
Right,
rides whatever wave takes them all the way in, calls it evolution. Yeah, I've never been a fan of his activism. I did at one time, kind of promote or kind of talk about Directy when we were first.
So the first thing that I'm noticing is, why does David, Josh, and this West Side Accountability, why do they all wear sunglasses, specifically aviators, inside or in the dark?
I don't know.
Why are you trying to hide your eyes? Like,
I don't know. It's weird.
That's the
Whatever.
thing, guys. You know what? Even
Do you?
fucking Chris Ryder, when he gets zooted, you got to give him credit. At least he's a
Yeah.
fucking man, and he proudly displays that he's zooted. He don't give a shit. You guys are weak, man. Damn.
Mm.
Starting out. But yeah, my opinion on him has changed. I used to see him in somewhat of a leadership position in this community, and then the more he talks, the more
Well, that was your problem.
realize I couldn't disagree with his message more. Stone Gut has a new short. I'm guessing the Stone Gut short has to do with GS. I'm hoping, but let me take a peek at that real quick. You can keep playing this or whatever.
Yeah, sure will.
But I find it very fascinating, and I find it very interesting that these people here are all consulting the Bible. Now, so here's the interesting thing, right? I like that they're consulting the Bible, and although granted, they can still get stuff wrong about the Bible.
Oh, all right. Hold on. I'm going to get this. I'm going to share this in the Perseum, okay?
If they speak.
Okay.
It's gonna be me calling Ashley Lang the see you next Tuesday.
I haven't watched it, but it looks kind of funny. I watched a few seconds of it.
They gonna get to anything like relevant soon, maybe, or skip a little bit
Hearing
ahead?
the word of the Lord, even though these people might be perverting it for their own uses, for their own usefulness, it doesn't mean what they intend for evil, God can't use for good. What's up, King Bluto? Good to see you, brother.
That doesn't make sense.
What?
What he said. I'll rewind.
Literally in the Bible.
Okay.
I don't think that's where I'd want to be. I don't think I'd want to be in a foolish position.
You know what doesn't make sense to me, guys, is a bunch of people on YouTube, like a bunch of random ass people on YouTube who think they're a part of something. They try to attach themselves to something for the attention, factor, for the shock, value.
Mm-hmm.
And they think that they're okay with like interfering with investigations, making false accusations. And then there's no repercussion for it, right? Like, for example, they, supposedly the people they're working hand in hand with tell them basically like, fuck off, I'll call you back later, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the accountability at? Oh, nope. They just move on, and now they're on a different connected conspiracy theory.
Yeah, and nobody's calling them out. Nobody's calling them out.
Right.
Saying, hey, what about that phone call? Now it's just more conspiracy theory. I mean, that one chick was in GS's chat last night saying, oh, maybe it was the janitor that called back. And I mean, it's just so stupid.
Maybe it was the boogeyman.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is when it comes to like Cliff and West Side, I think this is good material for them to, grift off of for sure. Good for them. Yeah.
It's a shame, but I wouldn't do it. But okay.
I guess this is the new fad, right? Let's just go off. Trust me, bros. No real evidence. Let's start our own modern 2025 witch hunt.
What I don't understand is where they got like the conspiracy of like GS and KTZ and KFAR and Chris Ruff are all involved. That is just, I if someone please make the connection, because I don't understand it. Maybe I missed it, where they got the connection, but I just don't get it.
Yeah, so I can actually kind of explain this. So after you take enough acid and mushrooms and different drugs, you eventually get into this psychosis where everything has a huge, like, super over-explained reason behind it, a huge theory behind it, and you're just left there, putting the thumbtacks with the yarn, boom, connecting the dots, and you're just, after you do enough drug use, you just kind of get caught in like a permanent acid trip where you're just speculating on everything,
But me and you talked about this earlier when we were on the phone.
Right.
Here's an example. Ryder goes up on one of these, I've lost count whose live stream it was, goes up and says basically that GS went up there after she passed away and then came home and live streamed for 7 days straight because they're part of some meth ring.
Yeah. Hey, GS.
That's
When
so easily proven to be wrong. Why
when did you
doesn't
do that,
anybody
bro?
call him out?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna call him out right now. GS, when did you do this, bro? I didn't see you go live. I didn't get the notification bell or anything, bro.
I think the best I've ever done when I was playing World of Warcraft, was really addicted to it, was about 72 hours. I don't know if my wife's in the chat. I can't see the chat. Maybe she can confirm. Yeah, I don't know, 7 days. I don't know. I guess he needs to consult a Math American, because I guess maybe he's more good at English than he is at math. He's a
Wasn't it
Muppet.
7 hours, not 7 days, though? I thought.
I did
No,
like
he said like it was like several days.
Oh,
no,
for
he
real?
said 7 days that I stayed up for 7 days straight.
Days?
He said that I went up to North Carolina 3 days after Andrea died, and then when I came back, I live streamed for 7 days straight.
Dude, what
Like,
did you take, man?
I don't know. I don't remember it. It's all like a fever dream or something. I don't know.
Dude, you must have been munching on spark plugs, man.
Yeah. He doesn't even remember leaving the state.
In a foolish position.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think being in a foolish position is such a good thing, Chat. Miss
Gee,
Teresa Miller
that's
for $5 says
the
they
crazy intellect
believe
of
an
GS
arrest
there,
is
guys.
a kidnap,
I went kind of far back, but
Oh, that yeah.
and I think we can agree that they don't agree innocent until proven guilty. What hypocrisy, right?
Yep.
I agree with that statement, Miss Teresa. Thank you very much for that.
I
that
think her
donation.
hypocrisy is
I'll
not
make sure I
caring
heart that, like it, and comment.
what happens to another human.
I think
And
the
there you go.
hypocrisy is that they're
No,
quick to
it's
rush to
interesting though.
judgment and
Is
call
it
somebody
Rabbit a
guilty
human
before
being?
they're innocent or before they're given.
What's that,
It-
Navy girl?
She said, "There you go." But isn't Rabbit a human being? I guess they don't care about that human being.
Well, no, the person they're targeting doesn't count. You should know that.
That's just sad. It's just sad.
I mean, to be
They,
fair, I mean they're all kind of, stat individuals, so
yeah. Unbelievable.
yeah. How far have we fallen, guys? How far have we fallen, man?
In their day in court, they're quick to say somebody is guilty, right? So they're the
I mean,
ones that are being.
she's pointing the finger also at somebody that may have not committed suicide or suicide, whatever the fuck you want to say it is.
Yeah.
We don't know if she did or if somebody shot her. At this point, somebody shot her because it's still an open investigation. If it wasn't, and it was the whole story that they said it was she shot herself, then it would be that, and it would already be marked off, and everything would be shut. But it's an open investigation. What I don't understand is there's two sides to every story. We're looking for his side of the story.
See, now, why is she lying? It's not an open investigation. Didn't they already talk to them yesterday and get straight told that they've already ruled it a certain way and that they'll have an investigator call them back eventually?
And then he did, and he said it's not open. I don't.
So, which is it?
Look, let me just say this. I don't know anything. I didn't know her. It makes me sad that, she was struggling. And, when someone possibly does this, it's really hard for the people left behind to accept and understand and all of that. I get that. I do. But this isn't the way to deal with it. You know what I mean? This isn't the way to honor your supposed friend.
Well, maybe GS can help me out here, but I could have sworn that I actually was listening at work whenever I heard them expose themselves. Is there something that we're missing, GS? I mean, did they not get told to basically F off by the department, and then once they finally talked to the sheriff, got a little bit of info, and it went against their whole narrative?
Yeah, their whole narrative was dashed against the rocks, just completely trounced. Sorry about the extra noise. All right, I'm done making noise for a second. Absolutely trounced against the rocks. By the way, that is a stock pot, a massive stock pot full of sauce. And that sauce, my wife said that's the best one I've ever made. MC Dilligaf, if you're in the chat, I owe you a quart of that. So maybe we can, I don't know, meet up this weekend or something like that, and I can drop it off to you. Anyway, yeah, I mean, the sheriff made it very clear, and they kept throwing the M word out there, and he's like, no, there are no open M word investigations. No, there aren't random serial killers running around that
Yeah,
we're
that was
aware of.
crazy when he was saying that.
Yeah, wouldn't you want to know if there was a serial murderer running around and blah 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 blah? And I'm just like, these people, they're live action role playing, like some kind of superhero, like Sherlock Holmes. No shit, what's your next clue, idiot? Kind of games, man. And
It's
they're
like
playing with
TV
real people.
Dateline.
They're playing with people's lives, man. And
Mm-hmm.
they're taking some online stuff and they're trying to make it go real world, and it might backfire on them.
Yeah.
Because Andrew can tell us, right? And he told us every bit of his story. He was the dumbass that went on a fucking live and said whatever the fuck. If you weren't gonna say it, then you shouldn't have said it. You said it. How can they not understand what the fuck he said? They were there in the chat when he said it. How do you
Said
not
what?
put two and two together? I mean, but we're the idiots and we're the dumbasses, right? We're the cunts and everything else you want to call us. But we're not the ones putting shit together. We're the detectives that are putting shit together and watching the stuff, learning about the stuff, seeing everything.
We're
But
doing
you're
what the
not.
police are unwilling to at this point, or what it appears the police are unwilling to do at this point. The sheriffs are not looking into this, and if they are, the sheriff already tried to call it sushi side, if you will, over the phone with me. Tried to call it a sushi side, so that's telling me that they didn't even look into it. But they're
And they're not
telling the
gonna.
family, yeah, they're
Wow.
telling Andrew.
And how do you know that, Josh? Like, this is why you have no credibility and why your channel's dead. You just sound fucking stupid.
And what is she saying that was said? He said it. He said it. What is she talking about? Do you know, GS?
I'm not exactly sure what I mean. Like I said, it's like Scott Adams said. There's a movie theater. There's two people watching the same movie, and yet when they walk out and talk about the movie, it's two completely different movies.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
we talked
all
about
you
that
got to
the
do
other
is
night.
yeah, all you got to do is yeah, exactly. All you got to do is rewind, listen to what the sheriff said, but yet conveniently they won't even review what the sheriff said because it's
Mm-mm.
inconvenient to their narrative. Now,
Right.
they're spinning a yarn and they're mad because people aren't like, "Hey, I want to buy your fantasy novel." Your fantasy novel has to be mired in some level of believability. Now,
Mm-hmm.
is it possible that the sheriffs are lazy? The sheriff's department's lazy, is not doing its job? Is it possible that it's corrupt? Is it possible? If my uncle had tits, he'd be my aunt, right?
Right.
Uh, I mean, I guess a lot of things are possible, but Occam's razor is the simplest explanation is often the truest. Don't try to
Amen.
dilute it with a bunch of conspiracies and stuff. And I like conspiracies as much as the next person, but you got
Not
to
this
have a
kind.
yeah, you got to have a little bit of fact. I mean, this is somebody's freaking life, dude. It was already somebody's life that you claimed you liked and you loved and you were friends with, but all I ever hear these idiots talk about is what she did for them. What did you do for her? That's
Right.
what I want to know. Because I
Right.
prayed with her. My wife and I prayed with her and Billy when they called and said that they had a miscarriage. They were devastated. Well, she was in particularly devastated, absolutely gutted and
I
devastated.
can imagine.
So did she call and pray with you guys, part of the union with the satanic frickin' Pentagon? I don't think she did. So I don't know. You think you had a connection with this lady that I think she doesn't realize that she was supposed to have a connection the same way. I think
Right.
in these people's minds, we're seeing their levels of delusion. they're just working up like, okay, well then X, and it's like you said, it's the push pins with the yarn and the post-it notes,
Yeah.
and it's you got to get that Charlie Day frickin' thing and just do a little quick, of him going, oh, it's in the mail and this is a conspiracy. That's what they're doing. Sorry to be over long here.
No, but like I said before, if this was someone that they loved or was their friend or whatever, if they think this is the way they're honoring her, and they can say whatever they want about me, I'm a big girl, I can take it. But this, to me, if this was my friend, this would not be how I would be honoring my friend. It just makes me
Yeah,
sad.
yeah. I mean, they're kind of almost like, I can't even explain it. They're just dragging it on and making it almost even
Mm-hmm.
worse because they're not
Yeah,
accepting the truth.
right.
You know what the next thumbnail needs to be when we talk about this? It should be a
Mm-hmm.
version of Weekend at frickin' Bernie's, and they're dragging around Andrea's corpse.
Yeah,
This is disgusting, and it needs to fucking stop.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something wrong with these people, man. So let's continue
Yeah.
on and let's get their justifications, I guess.
Andrea's family that they are looking into it and it's still an active investigation. So they're lying to somebody. They're lying to one of us.
Okay, so here's the thing though, Josh. You're saying that and this was brought up earlier, that they believe the whole time that everybody was going off what the father was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it almost seems true because even BSBT saying right here, we're being told by the family. Well, the only person he's referring to when he talks about the family has to be the father, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you're talking to the father and he's telling you one thing, that's cool. But when you're talking directly to the sheriff and he's telling you one thing, what else do you want?
Well, and the other thing is if I can't imagine what her father's going through. I mean, it's unnatural to lose a child. You know what I mean? So I can kind of understand why he's whatever he's doing. You know what I mean? I can see that. But it just, sorry, I don't even have any words for it. It's,
Yeah. I mean, I don't even want to get into it. I couldn't even imagine.
no.
So I want to posit this before I continue washing these dishes so I can get down and sit down. I've been on my feet for most of the afternoon. I am sore. Well, that's not 100% true because I was playing Magic a little bit. But here's the weird thing, because if you listen to Rabbit said that he was having good correspondence with Tim Matthews, who is the father
Right.
of the decedent, and they were making plans on what to do. And then all of a sudden, Tim stopped communicating. Well, if it had anything to do with Alicia, people that claimed to be her best friend gassing up Tim saying, hey, Rabbit's
Yeah.
doing weird stuff, and I saw this, and this doesn't make sense. And I had talks with her, and she was going to move to Ohio with me because she was sick of that loser user. I mean, can you imagine, as a father who admittedly had a very strained relationship from my observations of what I've heard and what was said. Now, that's
Right.
hearsay, but it was from one of the principal parties who's being accused,
Right.
that they had a strained relationship that was actually starting to be on the mend after Billy kind of came into Andrea's life. That's what he said. I don't know if any of that's true. I'm just, like I said, I'm going based on what I was told.
Right.
Strained relationship. All of a sudden, these people start contacting the father. Matter of fact, here's Alicia, who claimed that she was the best friend of Andrea. I said, have you contacted the family with your concerns? She said, no, I don't even know. I wouldn't even know how to begin to contact them. Oh, best friend. Well,
Yeah.
if you're the best friend and you don't even know who the father is or where the father lives or how you would get in touch with the father, that means that it seems to me that either you're lying and you're not her best friend, or Andrea did not have the kind of relationship with her father that she talked about him an awful lot. Thus, it was almost as if he didn't exist. So
Well,
to extrapolate this, so there's an entailment here. If I had an estranged relationship with my daughter, and people that were in her circles started chirping in my ear, nefarious, nefarious, nefarious. I would probably start putting my guard up.
Yeah.
But here's the Sean Porter connection that's really starting to, now it's really starting to feel a little dirty to me. Because he hadn't been online, and I don't know, maybe he's got something going on with his life. But he hasn't been online pretty much ever since that Riri went on the little exploration and going down a road, a
Yeah.
private road. He hasn't been online at all that I'm aware of. So either maybe he's finding out that what he thought wasn't really true either, and he's trying to do like a Heisman Trophy kind of stiff arm and get away from
Yeah.
this situation. Again, if he's not going to put his money where his mouth is, and put it on his frickin' platform, maybe he should shut the fuck up. You can do what you want,
Yeah.
dude. But if you
Yeah.
care so much about it, if you care so much about Andrea and her name and her legacy, this is what I ask you. Put it on your social media. Risk it for the
Yeah.
biscuit, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
isn't he
here,
the one that started the whole thing?
uh,
Well, I do know that Tab was up in my channel almost immediately, saying, "Hey, what's going on with your friend Rabbit? Hey, what's going on with your friend Rabbit?"
mhm.
And of course, I knew because Rabbit had contacted us like hours after it happened
Yeah.
in a group call, and Rats to the Moon and I were on the group call together, and we found out at the same time. Like I missed the call, I had to call him back. And he was beside himself, man. But anyway, long story short, so I already kind of knew what the idiot was talking about. But he's over here poking and poking and poking. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's fucking Lawrence Accountability, Dr. Justin Spees, fucking Alicia from Save Pequa, Tav, Sean Porter, and I'm not even sure who else. Well,
Yeah.
obviously now these other retards are freaking taking advantage of it. Sorry about saying that word on your platform.
That's
But
okay,
here's
man.
another,
You owe me 15 hell boots now. Villa,
here's another thing.
what's up?
Up, the fun has arrived.
What's up?
Hey,
What's up,
Kayla.
buddy? Go on, Navy girl.
Um, the night I was on me and GS on GS's live when Rabbit came up, and Sean Porter had been claiming that these text messages between Rabbit and the father were very contentious and all of that. And Rabbit read the text messages, and they were not contentious in any way. So I'm not saying that people then after that were filling his head with stuff. I'm just saying there's just been, inconsistencies in the stories. Did I get that right, GS? Is that what you heard too? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of trust me, bros, and a lot of
Yeah.
interpretations, but not a lot of hard concrete evidence. So,
Well, the text messages that Sean Porter sent me were actually the same ones that Rabbit read. And I'm like, yeah, we already heard all that. I don't know
Yeah.
how you got like he was threatening him out of that.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. I mean, it's like we're in crazy world. What's up, Killer?
What's up, GS? But look at how many times anybody in a relationship knows that how easy it is to fight over a text message because the way you read it doesn't necessarily means that it was the way it was meant to be said. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, hi.
Yeah.
Oh man, why is Navy girl being a bitch? She texted me hi. Like,
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying it was very inconsistent.
I do want to know what happened to Lion One over the last like 4 lives where they don't talk about Lion One at all now. Now it's all about their conspiracy with Ruff and Kfar and JJ and Wrangler. But Lion hasn't been messaged like said at all besides lovely Lion.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, it's because they exposed themselves like live yesterday on GS's show. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, you guys ready to watch these rereads?
Yep.
All right.
Right. Right. And at this point, some lawsuits need to be started getting filed, is what I'm thinking. Something.
Those are on the way. Yeah, those are on the way. So you'll get to see how that plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then they're gonna realize, you know what, we probably should have done the investigation sooner, in the right way.
Yep.
Because of the bias. Exactly. Exactly.
Credit for it. I know I say
Wait,
stuff like, "Hey,
let's
Lindsay."
go back real quick.
Somebody shot her. At this point, somebody shot her because it's still an open investigation. If it wasn't, and
It's
it
not
was
an
the
open
whole
investigation.
story that they said it was she shot herself, then it would be that, and it would already be marked off, and everything would be shut. But it's an open investigation.
It is not an open investigation. Like, you guys have horrible like reading comprehension or like hearing comprehension.
Yeah,
Clearly.
it's very strange.
Like, no, these are not the droids you're looking for.
I don't understand is there's two sides to every story. We're looking for his side of the story because Andrew can tell us, right? And he told us every bit of his story. He was the dumbass that went on a fucking live and said whatever the fuck. If you weren't gonna say it, then you shouldn't have said it.
And you guys are the dumbasses who have been going around and accusing a person of doing something for the last 3 to 4 weeks with nothing more than interpretations. And trust me, bros,
Right.
you guys
Right.
thought you were going to be cute yesterday and try to be like, oh, look at how right we are. And then the people that you've
Mic
claimed
drop
for the last
moment. Yeah.
3 weeks that you've worked hand in hand with to help the whole investigation want nothing to do with you. Nothing fucking at all to do with you. You know how bad that makes you look? Sorry, Killer, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's all good. I
was
do think
squirming,
it's
my bad.
funny, though, how Westside keeps changing her hair. Could you take some of your hair money, Westside, and donate it to Butt Sex Big Tits so he can get a new shirt?
Jesus Christ.
Well, even Ruff said that, like, she's basically a fucking bum. Like, she's just showed up at his house, like, random times and been like, yeah, I just need to stay a couple of days. And, like, he's, like, paid for her tires and shit, and she never thanked him or paid him back or anything. And, you know, now she's turning around months later, and now she's, you know, turned on him and, you know, talking shit. So,
Yeah.
What's that saying they do all the time? Yeah, slay, queen, slay.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about her, and I'm not saying she's like a bad person or nothing, but I just
I don't
don't
know her.
understand the whole like press harder paradigm with like her and now BSBT. It's like everyone's like, yeah, we're just gonna wear aviators. Wait and see her shine.
Well,
Now, yeah, they made their own He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Personally, I knew she was a piece of trash from her first live because we seen Ruff talk about her, and Ruff had nothing bad to say about her at all. But then, as soon as they brought Ruff into the mix, she did not stick up for him one time, even though he said nice things about her.
Oh,
right
she didn't say a damn thing.
So I'm like, F this.
Well, I did the same thing. I was super nice to her, and you know, I was like saying, okay, well, she didn't seem like she. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Can you guys hear anything? Like, hey, GS, are you muted?
No, I'm not muted.
I know, I'm just fucking with you, man.
She already let it go. She already let it slip.
Damn it, Navy girl.
Yeah, Navy girl. Yeah, I'm glad she's laughing. We need some levity in this situation, man. It is serious, but at the same time, man, these people are trying to kill, steal, and destroy. That's what they're doing. What the hell was I just saying? What did you just say, Killer?
About how she didn't stick up for Ruff at all, even though they were supposed to be friendly.
Yeah, he was being respectful of her, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was super respectful of the first 2 lives that she did about me. I'm like, all right, well, it seems like she's trying to stay objective. She is not trying to chuck me under the bus. She just seems like she's listening. Okay. I've never had a bad interaction with her. Haven't had anything, you know, horrible to say about the woman. But I'm telling you, man, evil does what evil does, and these people are deceived. And it is in the Bible that God can take what was intended for evil and use it for good. 100% in the Bible. And she's like, well, that doesn't even make sense. Well, of course, because God is not the author of confusion, and your Lord, your King, is not God. It's not the same God I serve, lady. Anyway, go ahead. I'm going to be going downstairs. I got to reset the time. By the way, if you're watching, I'm going to push back my live to probably at least 10. It might, you know, depending on how long we're here, so it might go a little bit longer. Thanks, Boot.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, all right, well, so guys got anything else to say before we start this?
Yeah, I just think it's very funny how when they were talking about like all the good auditors on their side because they're not afraid to get arrested and bitch out the court when they're facing felonies, it's because you losers have no family, no children,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
no
whoa, whoa.
responsibilities.
Wait. Okay, first of all, Josh didn't show up for court, so he's such an activist. He didn't even go to court to try to fight his side. And that press, whatever his name is, Brush Harder, drops on the ground like a child at a grocery store every time a police officer touches him. So I'm not very impressed with that activism.
He was meditating. He was practicing planking.
So I
Oh,
heard this.
okay.
I heard this, and I don't know if it's true. Can anyone confirm this? Maybe somebody in the chat. That he refuses to use the commode. That he will, he goes on a hunger strike, and he won't use the commode, so he'll literally pee and poo himself. I'm not sure the right way to say that without,
In jail?
Pistons.
Yeah, that's why they get rid of him. They just pick him up and drop him off at a hospital because he needs to be 51 frickin' 50.
I mean, I don't like. I've never heard anything about that
I
specifically.
haven't heard that.
But
I heard
to
that
be
last.
fair,
Was it
looking at
last night
him,
or
I
the
would
night
not be
before?
surprised.
Yeah,
I
think
heard he went on a hunger strike once.
Yeah,
I
which is
heard
not
that.
good because he was already like pretty small.
Yeah.
So
Well, he
But
definitely
every
does
time,
have to. He has to press that pen harder than those job applications.
but every time I have seen him get arrested, like I said, he drops like a child at a grocery store, and they have to carry him. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It just really is the most ridiculous thing
Look.
I've ever seen.
I can't do it backwards. There we go. Oh, look. I'm being watched over by an airborne mannequin. I'm still
Why is
cracking up.
TV at your house?
I'm still cracking up on an inside thing between myself and Boot. That was hilarious, dude. If you freaking do that, dude.
oh yeah, it would just be
Sorry.
subtle. It would
I'm
just
gonna
be
leave
very
it.
subtle. See if anyone
Yeah.
pays any attention.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. And they're like, did that thing move? All right, stop. What are you doing, buddy? You want to go outside? All right, hold on.
All right,
I think
take
we're
your dog
ready
out.
to.
We're gonna watch this.
You said it. How can they not understand what the fuck he said? They were there in the chat when he said it. How do you not put two and two together? I mean, but we're the idiots and we're the dumbasses, right? We're the cunts and everything else you want to call us. But we're not the ones putting shit together. We're the detectives that are putting shit together and watching the stuff.
Wait, we're not the ones who are putting stuff together, but we're the
We're the
investigators that are putting stuff together.
We're the detectives, right?
Right.
Okay.
What kind of so does she work for the state or for the feds?
I don't know. Maybe she works with Chris Ryder.
I'm pretty sure that I know Josh works for the feds, so that's not a question at all. I mean, no other way he's been dodging all those charges.
So,
yeah.
You ever see the meme of like the kid who's like angry and he's trying to put the square peg into the round hole and he's just smashing it to just bits?
Yeah.
Those are the detectives that are putting things together. I mean, it's an object. It's just the wrong fucking hole.
That sounds exactly like a game that they would play together for sure. You know what I'm saying, Killa?
Yeah, you ever see? I'm laughing because there's that video of when a guy's doing that kid's toy and he's taking every object, but it all fits through the square hole.
Guys,
and the girl's just like looking at like what the hell's going on.
GS. Dude, GS is backstage showing his cock. Show it again, GS.
Oh,
I knew it was small.
Yep.
Crazy, dude. Oh, another cock. Jeez.
Run! Run! Oh.
I guess GS chickens don't have their no squares.
Uh-oh.
I mean about the stuff, seeing everything.
We're doing what the police are unwilling to at this point, or what it appears the police are unwilling to do at this point. The sheriffs are not looking into this, and if they are, the sheriff already tried to call it sushi side, if you will. over the phone with me tried to call it a sushi site. So that's telling me that they didn't even look into it. But they're
And they're
telling
not
the
going.
There you
family,
go.
yeah, they're telling Andrea's family that they are looking into it and it's still an active investigation. So they're lying to somebody. They're lying to one of us.
What idiots? Like,
Oh my God.
yeah, they're telling us one thing and they're no, clearly you have a miscommunication on your end, guys.
Yeah.
Do better.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And at this point, some lawsuits need to be started getting filed, is what I'm thinking.
Correct. Against you fucking Riri's. There's
Yeah.
some slander defamation lawsuits that are going to start rolling, including all 4 of you idiots.
Something.
Those are on the way. Yeah, those are on the way. So you'll get to see how that plays
They
out.
are on the way, that's for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they're gonna realize, you know what, we probably should have done the investigation sooner, in the right way.
Yep.
Yes, please let us know what Fleabag Motel to send them to there.
Because of the
Butt
bias.
sex, big tits.
Exactly. Exactly.
Credit for it. I know I say stuff like, hey, Linda T. I know I say things like I'm doing the Lord's work and I'm doing God's work. And I mean that almost tongue in cheek, right? Because the Lord's about doing his work. I don't take any credit for what the Lord does. Right? I don't. But I find it very fascinating and I find it very interesting that these people here are all consulting the Bible. Now, so here's the interesting thing.
Wait.
I like that they're consulting the Bible, and although
Who's consulting the Bible?
I don't know. I don't
because
think
they were talking. I don't know why it's not
still
pausing.
get stuff wrong.
All right, so I'm not gonna lie, I did not hear about this. There's a bunch of people saying that BSBT no longer has a wife, but the last time I checked, I thought that he did have like a baby mama. He's got some other prior girlfriends who are even on YouTube. I think one of them's named like Liliana or something like that.
Ex-girlfriend. I think she was ex.
Right, like
I
back from his
think
like
he had a previous partner that passed away. I think. I'm not 100%, but I know that his sister has full custody of his kids.
yeah, Erica.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. That
And let
sucks.
me say something else. I hear like, BSBT and all, I don't know if he's ever called himself, a journalist or an investigative reporter or an activist, whatever. You have to have some sense of not having a bias. And that's what I have a problem with, is that these people have there's not any possibility that they could be wrong. And that's what I don't like, what people put out on the internet. You know what I mean? It's just they're sure this is the way it is. Don't question it. If you question it, you're disrespecting her memory and blah 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 blah. But they have never once considered that they may be wrong, and that's the problem.
Is
see
GS
that?
over there like trying to claim that he just like Karate Kid like caught a fly in midair?
I Miyagi the fuck. Put me on full screen. I Miyagi the fuck out of that thing. It went from right here, from my right to my left. I pop. Look at that
Hold
shit.
on, I don't know how to do this. Hold on.
You got to put me in the top left if you want me to be solo, or just click solo. I Miyagi that shit. You damn right I did.
We'll have to rewind and review the highlight.
Did you just eat it?
GS
Yeah,
is steak dinner for the night.
Totally.
That's like
Protein.
that's protein, man. Yeah, kill it. It's protein. Listen, I'd be surviving on the island. You guys would all be starving.
Exactly.
Just
About the Bible.
Okay. But no, he's saying that this side is watching the Bible because they're talking about it in this stream, right? But who's been spitting off Bible verses, and who's been saying they're Christian the whole time?
GS, the hawk, the rabbit.
That's at least people. That's at least 4 or 5 people are that we can count on one hand. Like, come on, but
I mean,
it's because they're talking about it in one stream.
Yeah, it's constant projection, Westside. It's constant projection. So DirectD wants to talk about psychology. DirectD, do you know how projection works? Because that's what we're watching on these guys' panels. They just project.
Legit question: is she mildly retarded? Like, I mean,
No,
I'm not
but
even.
I've got a question about all
is.
of them. Yeah, I mean, I know Josh is. I know that
Josh is
David,
a panel
Press
whore,
Harder is.
and this
Yeah.
Josh Lanto is a panel whore, and this is great for him because he can get up and run his mouth and all this BS.
Yeah. Well,
he's been a panel whore for years, trying to get up on people's panels. Send me the link. Send me the link.
Right. You know he's wearing the same shirt he's like worn for like the last month, right?
Oh God.
I find it really funny that Ruff was saying the same things about why aren't these people doing it on their own channels instead to keep bitching Cliff around about how to run his channel.
Yeah, because he's a little guinea pig. He's monetized. He's hungry. He's thirsty as shit to try to get some type of views. So he's like, hey, mutual benefit. I use you, you use me. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Funny thing about my back, it's located on my.
Yeah. And Cliff, we all know you're only monetized now because you finally got the watch hours, bro.
Oh, Cliff
So
knows.
don't act like
Trust me. Just like with GS, Cliff is a regular show watcher of this channel. So
yeah.
If they speak about the Bible, planting seeds comes in many forms. Yes, thank you. That's thank you. You actually helped me put thank you. You just watered a seed. Thank you, Miss Linda. Yeah, I'm sowing seeds. Somebody else will come along and water it. When they say some things in the chat and they talk about a particular Bible passage, maybe someone will go open up a Bible and read it for themselves. Maybe someone will actually start hearing the word of the Lord, even though these people might be perverted.
What's funny is I loved Barney growing up as a very small child. So that's how I know. Yeah.
That's awesome, Cece.
Yep. It for their own uses, for their own usefulness. That doesn't mean what they intend for evil, God can't use for good.
Here we go, Vigilance Committee. Even if they ruled Sushi's side, I still believe other because of bias. Exactly. So you admit you're retarded, Cliff. Good job.
Yeah.
Anya, thank you for being here. Appreciate you for being here.
What's up, King?
I just put the link
right?
on my I'm supposed to be going live and
about that.
I'm supposed to be going live in 3 minutes, but I just put the link in there.
I want you.
Karma says she can't hear the live. Can any of you other guys hear it or?
It's a little low.
Yeah, she might have to get out and get back in, or yeah, you might want to turn that up. It's a little Anyway,
right,
so
good.
No, go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
I was just saying I just posted your link and I'm gonna pin it now, so that way if anyone's waiting in line, they'll come over and catch your stream.
Appreciate that, man.
How these people are unwittingly or unknowingly, they're sowing seeds, potentially. And I hope that's the case. I genuinely hope that's the case. May the Lord be glorified. May the Lord be heralded. May the Lord be raised above all.
So I just thought of something, GS. For as hard as Cliff wants to wear one of your skin suits, he couldn't actually physically probably fit into one of them. So that kind of leaves a dilemma there. I think he needs to kind of get in a little bit more shape. Think about it. You try to zip the front of the skin suit up, zip, rip.
Not me. Not you. The Lord.
I think he should listen to his own words when he says them.
But that
And just like Let's said, which welcome to the chat, Let's appreciate you for having here. Truth matters. So truth matters, evidence matters, not trust me, bros, and interpretations. Very well said, Let's.
that's up to them, and they're
really it's so fake.
Right, and it's up to each juror to weigh the evidence however they see fit. Right, they can assign
What's up, Panelverse?
to the evidence. So if you believe in the Matthew, believe in the Matthew. If you believe in the science, well, the fact that Matthew is there.
And remember, folks, this is Streamception. This is a stream within a stream within a stream within a stream. We're watching GS review a stream while someone reviews him while we review them. So it's kind of a rabbit hole a little bit, you know.
Written in the Bible is a fact, right? Just like the moon was in Cancer at the time of her death, and it was right about to go
because that matters,
right? Those are facts.
Yeah. So Jupiter was 90 degrees away from the sun in the Sonara orbit. So because of that,
Oh my
means
God.
that the lunar eclipse angle of the ocean tides means that I should probably take a bath soon.
Yeah, so stupid.
You're into that stuff, right? Like the astrology and stuff, right, GS?
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing to do. I like long walks on the beach and holding hands, and my sign is "Go fuck yourself."
See, I
There
used
you
the
go.
I used the tin can and chicken bones. I read the chicken
Ooh.
bones.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Those both are facts.
Yeah,
The
it's
meaning
up to the
can
jury.
be.
Well, that's very high praise, Brandy, and sounds like he was a wonderful man and a good father.
There they are talking about the guy again.
Yeah, this is the
Somebody
same.
thought it, but
Yeah, saying that Rabbit was a great guy. Rabbit is a manly man.
no,
No,
not that. I think he was talking about the person that passed, right? The father.
Yeah. No, I realized he wasn't talking about.
Why don't we just go past their trust me bros like we've been doing for the last 3 weeks and just get down to the source? What did you say, GS?
It was Brandy Hollis said that that I reminded her of her father, who was kind of a really rough around the edges, but he loved their mom and he loved her and he really protected his family. But he was a hard man because he was kind of real rough. You know, he's real gruff and very matter of fact. And I said, well, you know, I'm sorry for your loss. And because she was kind of going at me a little bit about, you know, my Christianity and some of the words that I'm saying, and was kind of tone policing me a little bit. I'm not a fan of being tone policed. I can be corrected in some instances. I don't have a problem with that per se, but not a real big fan of being tone policed, if you know what I mean. But anyway, long story short, she kind of compared me to her father, who apparently she loves very much. And I was kind of humbled by it. So, and I was just being really respectful.
So there you guys go.
No, I got to say though, right? They all cry about the government and the cops, right? And how cops don't do their job. If the cops really weren't doing their job, they would have locked Rabbit up right away because he's the easiest one to pin anything on because Rabbit is the husband. So if they wanted to be lazy, they would have been like, Rabbit done it, end of story. Goodbye.
Right.
Rabbit right there, but I'm just talking, you know, this is the same GS. That's the same stuff he said about, that's the same stuff he said about Rabbit. Do you remember? Like the very first, when this story first started breaking, GS said, I know Rabbit. I've met him. He's a man's man. I don't see, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's not what I said at all. I said
But you wouldn't see anybody unless you pissed him off, and we saw that.
So
when Sean Porter smiled that night and he flipped the fuck out, that was the true person. So Andrea probably smiled that night.
Yeah.
Said user and loser, right? And smiled as big as she fucking said, and I'm leaving, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. And and he's like, I bitch, no, if I don't, you know, if
does anybody know where this whole loser and user lore came from?
Yeah, no. It did come from apparently it came from one of her text messages to one of her friends. So that is accurate. What what the entailment was, we're not 100% sure yet. Or like
Right.
what
What
she
the you
meant
don't
by.
know the context was.
I
Right.
mean, she could have been saying it was Don Carney. She could have been saying it was Alicia. She could have. I don't. I think I have the text message, and I think it was her talking about Rabbit. But I'm not. I can't. I would put it in the maybe 70 percentile. So there's. I don't know, and unless I know exactly, I don't want to speak on it like an expert.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well,
so
yeah, but
you're
even if
telling
she
me
sent it to her friend, the point is you can't sit there and just speculate and go, he probably told him that night this, and that, and that's why he got mad. It's like you can't get off saying that type of shit. You can't sit there and speculate about something like that. That's how you get in some legal type of liability. That's what
Right.
happens.
well, like I said, so you're telling me that Lion and Rabbit, a married couple, were having a fight, and Lion was bitching to her friend about Rabbit, and now they're making it like it was a fact, not that she
Exactly.
wasn't mad at that moment.
Exactly. Don't. I'm telling you what, from experience, if you read my text messages the night that my partner passed away, you would thought, you know what I mean? I was so mad at him. And I'm not going to go into any of that, but I'm just saying, you can't take that stuff out of context. You don't not know what the context was. You don't know. I just don't understand this.
Shit, I call my wife to see you next Tuesday on a daily basis.
Yeah. I loved him more than anything. Well, it's my kids, but I loved him. But I was really pissed off at him. It's a long story, but they don't know the context. They weren't there. They weren't in those two's relationship. Everything they're getting is second, third hand. It makes me so angry. Ugh. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, at least, like I said, I've not really been on either side, just kind of watching from the background. But at the same time, everything I've seen has not been conclusive. It's just been, well, this probably happened, and this probably happened, and this
Mm-hmm.
person said this, and that person said that, and
Yeah.
you know.
A lot of hearsay.
So
Yeah.
according to Let's, if you really fuck up, you can actually retract it firsthand, and it just saves your ass completely.
Well, that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about tonight. And that's one of the things I'm going to be talking about tonight is, are they going to offer a full-throated amends or an apology? I don't know if that'll be accepted, but will they own it once they realize what they've been perpetuating has been inaccurate?
No,
The,
Right.
they're
No.
gonna pull a rider. They're gonna
Yep.
move on to the next and act like it never happened.
Goalpost
Yeah.
shift. Goalpost shift.
Yep.
No accountability. You're in the community that's all about accountability and transparency, yet you lack and you refuse to take any for yourself whatsoever.
Right. Right.
Here's the thing. Ruff said it earlier in his live stream. 98% of all these people who act like they're fighting for your rights and they're heroes, they're full of fucking shit. They're not activists.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
just people who cause fucking problems and record it and use
Yeah.
it for their benefit because they're in whatever situation that, guess what, they put themselves to begin with.
Right.
And think about, you're genuinely going to your public officials and you need some documentation, but because these F-tards have been running around acting like Muppets, now
Mm-hmm.
everyone's looking at. I mean, that's what happened to me in Muldrow. That's why the
Yeah.
mayor. That's why the mayor was like, his hackles were up. He's like, oh, because apparently the Joshua Ferguson guy has been harassing, like constantly going in looking for freedom of information, like overstaffing or overtaxing the staff with
Yeah.
requests. And so I didn't know any of that.
I
So it's
see
like,
that a lot.
yeah, and so you don't know, like these people, they think they're doing everyone a favor. I think someone like I am, Inland Audio Media, is indeed doing it the right way. And I know there's some people out there that think he's a POS or he's this or he's that. I get it. I know there's people out there that aren't fans of his, like Sloan. I guess he really has it in for. G Swag doesn't like him, but I genuinely believe the man is trying to make positive change and accountability. Go ahead, Killer.
Yeah, but look at Lane Myers. and all the shit that caused down in Arizona. He is set in Arizona to make case law against people calling up the government about anything, and a lot of that was because of his pride, and he didn't know what's going on, so he acted like a total lunatic every time he was in front of the judge. My favorite part is when he didn't get his way in front of the judge. He's like, "Take me back to my cell," and it was for a bail hearing.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing: is some of these people, they're just absolutely and utterly delusional. All right, just take for example, okay. This user right here, Seven Cities Kids, okay, they are the same type of nut hugger for these exact same people we're reviewing. Cliff, Josh, fucking for public safety, OMC. But yet they
Yeah.
want to come in here and they tell us to kill Parter. They say that we're the sheep, but yet they associate themselves with known subversives, known woman beaters, and then want to try to come to our chat rooms and try to preach righteousness. Just utter delusion.
Well, just like when they attack others for being felons, and it's like, you do realize you guys are all pretty much felons way before you ever started the YouTubes, but you act like your felonies are better than the other person's felonies, and we should believe you because you're not lying about yours, but the other person's lying about theirs. Make that make sense. It seems like a lot of these 1A guys just had an axe to grind with the government to begin with because they feel they got screwed over by them, and they knew they could make some money off the tubes from it, and that's what they're doing, acting as freedom fighters.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Cliff does his first live stream before he's monetized, and it's like, I'm not monetized. I'm not grifting. And then, boom, every other one after that. Oh, monetized.
Wasn't Cliff with Brush Harder where they were filming a bank? Was Cliff at that one?
Probably.
Where the cops are like, the cops said, you guys are trespassed from the bank, and they all lost their shit, and that CTI moron got a assault on a 4th degree assault on a police officer. Wasn't Cliff there?
I don't know.
Did you guys see that video?
Maybe.
Lucid said yes.
Yeah, if Lucid says yes, then it's true.
That video is unbelievable.
Lucid rules. By the way, guys, I'm sure anyone who's subbed to Lucid is probably subbed to me. Make sure you go over to her channel, give her a like. Lucid fucking rocks. So
they're all standing there. The cop says, you're trespassed from the bank. Brush Harder. I mean, he literally had a temper tantrum. And one of the cop walks up, and they're getting in his face, and I'm from St. Louis, boy, and they're all big and tough.
Citizen. Have a good night, brother. See you, brother.
What's up?
I'm sorry, Navy girl. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I was just trying to place who was all there, because it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Look,
who was saying they're from St. Louis though?
It was like St. Louis or something like that. But he's like, I'm from whatever city he was from, boy, you better walk. And they're getting in this cop face, and the cop pushes them a couple times, and he keeps getting in his face. What do you think's going to happen?
Hold on. You're talking about that big black dude.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah, the black dude was all like pushing back into the cop and stuff. He ended up getting arrested.
They filed. He didn't get arrested that day. They filed charges on him, though.
No, Seven Cities. Instead, you chose to pick Ryder's taint, Cliff's taints, Tyrants Beware's taint, just the most fucking weird, disgusting, subversive people to walk the face of this planet. But yet you want to come over here acting like you're righteous.
Yeah. Right. Seven Cities, how do you guys let Ryder make up all these new storylines and then they just vanish? You guys never questioned any of it.
Yeah.
Hey, Lucid, are you still in chat? Put a Seven Cities kid in like a 2-minute timeout. She needs to learn her lesson.
But see, oh God, this is what my problem. It's just don't hate the government, hate tyranny. You're filming a bank. You're filming a private business. They have no responsibility to respect anything you're doing. And when a cop says you're trespassed from the bank and you have a temper tantrum over that, that's not tyranny. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm sorry. It's just so ridiculous to me. So ridiculous.
So I would argue the same way how a lot of people argue tyranny is in the same way how a lot of other people argue harassment, right?
Yeah.
Harassment seems to be a very widely spread
Mhm.
accusation a lot of times when that's not the case. And I would say it goes
Right.
the same with the whole tyranny claim too. Not
Yeah.
every single thing, just because you don't agree with it, is necessarily tyranny.
Right. I know I'm a bootlicker because I say that, but
Hey,
fine, I'm a bootlicker.
remember, Navy girl, if you lick the boot, you lick the whole
Uh-huh.
boot. Damn it.
Amen, brother.
Don't get mad if it
Slurp,
squirts at you.
slurp.
But just for some fun, just so you guys know, this was from looks like a month ago. And if you notice right here, if we make it a full screen, we've got these two guys here. And what would you know? The exact same fucking clothes. Look, you've got Josh right here in
Here's
the
your
same clothes
freedom
he's been
fighters,
wearing.
guys.
And hey, if you don't trust me, go through all their live streams for the last 2 to 3 months. They're wearing the exact
He's
same
always
clothes
wearing it.
every single day. Okay. Now, to be
Well-
fair, Press Harder could have just a huge fucking pack of, Fruit of the Loom white t-shirts laying around, and he just
In
interchanges the
faux
vest.
leather
Right.
vests.
But I don't think Josh has like a fucking whole pack of, in my defense, I was left unsupervised, like custom made
Yeah.
t-shirts just sitting around in the back.
Well, to be fair, I've got different varieties of the Fear No Evil shirt from Grunt Style. I love it. Love the way it fits. I love the message on it. It's fear God, but fear no evil. So yeah, maybe he's got like but he did say in his live today, didn't he, or yesterday, whatever the one that Ruff was reviewing, didn't he say something about I'm playing a character, so you recognize me as a character, so I wear the same clothes all the time? Is that just a cope, or is that is that true?
Oh my lord.
No, I think
Who
that's
said that?
total fucking cope. Total cope. That sounds like an excuse for not taking a shower and using soap.
He does change his hat though.
Yeah.
Great.
So
I'm sure that
so-
matters when you don't wash anything else, right?
No, but that just throws his whole playing a character thing out the window. Then why wouldn't you wear the same hat also?
Have
Yeah.
you seen him without his hat? Have you seen his mugshot? Do you see what he doesn't have underneath that thing? I'll send you a picture if I can find it.
Yeah,
One of my
send us a picture. I'd love to show that live.
Sure.
I always imagined underneath that hat would look like the same as someone that like tried swallowing a 12 gauge. Like the whole upper part's
Damn,
just
Killa.
missing.
Hey, Killa woke up this morning, guys, and he chose violence.
I didn't choose violence. Violence chose me.
I know I do.
Yeah.
I just want to let everybody know, you know what I mean, that people never die. It's a conspiracy.
He said, I want to let everyone know that people never changes his shirt, his pants, his underwear, nothing. Because you know what? The government can't tell me what the F to do.
Oh my god.
And then Josh was like, you know what? Press Harder has some pretty fucking bitchin' glasses. I need to get myself a set of those too. Like, if I'm going to hang with this guy, I need some glasses
Yep.
for myself.
Yep.
And, Westside was flying in that fast, as if this wasn't even planned out. And shit. You know what I mean? Just fucking know that she was getting on the next flight, right? And she did. Yeah. But before I go,
Why does he keep saying gay yeah?
Is the car locked?
Yeah.
It is.
I keep hearing him say gay yeah.
Gay,
He's a gay yeah.
Oh, massive update. So whose channel are we? Yours?
We're all of us.
And you're
We're all
live?
live.
Dude, look at them
All
titties,
right,
bro.
so-
Look at them titties.
All right. I'm going to say this, guys, okay? As much as I dislike Press Harder, these pictures are ooh, yeah, this is him too. Damn. Yeah. He's a little bit older than I thought too. But even though I might not like him, I will spare him. Unlike how him and Josh decided that they were gonna, put what they thought was my face up there and expose one of my family members. I'm not going to stoop to the same level. But what I can say, guys, is it's bad enough to where I'm going to say from the grace of not showing this right now up on a screenshot.
Hey, Lucid said for you to check your email.
Which one? Boot or lick? Let's see here. Yeah, had to be lick. Give me a second, y'all. Unfortunately. Oh. All right. I have to be able to show this too. So you're freaking awesome, Lucid. Guys, once again, if you aren't subbed to Lucid, get your ass over there pronto. Yeah, exactly. She does fucking great work. Always
one of my favorite channels. Yep.
My favorite channel, hands down. All right, guys, give me 1 second. So we've already been demonstrated that they don't like to take showers, use soap, change their clothes, ECT, CT. So let's get over to this other one. It's not wanting to show what the F.
They're literally the void of personal responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
An uncooperative. Okay, here we go. Maybe I gotta take this like link and copy and paste it into here so it actually shows. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, hopefully this works. Yeah, heck yeah, works finally. All right. I just got sent this video right here.
4 weeks earlier, Lanto was filming and yelling at officers as they tried to conduct traffic stops.
Dibble versus Lanto.
I love this.
Lanto appears brutally before Judge Joseph Slavin, presumably to enter a plea. Representing the state.
Yeah, and last I heard, Slavin just spanked his little fucking ass. Just pop, 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 pop.
Well, he got what happened was Josh made some comments in a live stream about dropping bombs or something like that. So it was moved out of Slavin's court and got sent to Shackelford. And she don't mess around. She has no toleration for his BS. And then he didn't show up for his trial. So this is his arraignment.
Oh shoot! Did you guys see what Seven Cities kids said?
What?
They said, please, Boot, have Lucid give me 2 more minutes. Thanks.
What?
James Gazicki has a request of the court.
I said, Seven Cities said right here, look, I'm going to read out what the comment says.
Okay.
Hey, Boot, thanks. Make sure Lucid gives me 2 more minutes of timeout.
Makes perfect sense to me.
The merciful Boot, ask and you shall receive.
I'm just asking the court if I can withdraw. All right. Then, Mr. Lanto, then I can appoint a different court-appointed attorney.
I don't want anybody speaking for me. As a matter of fact, I mean,
Oh, guys. Oh, God. I feel bad now, guys. Seven Cities kid had a terrible childhood. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I had a really good childhood myself, so went on a lot of vacations and stuff like that. So I'm sorry that you had a bad one. I hope you didn't get abused. That's like really shitty, you know, when you're really young, especially. So
that's first and foremost.
First, let me do the arraignment part. I need to let you know what exactly you're being charged with. All right. Now, it is alleged that while in the city of Taylor, that you violated City Ordinance 32-31, which is a charge commonly known as interfering with the police authority. That is a misdemeanor punishable by 90 days in jail and/or up to $500 in fines. So.
can anyone tell me like why Josh is like creepily closing his eyes the whole time? Hello, anybody?
Oh, I was gonna say, Maybe we should ask his the kid's mom. Oh, that's right. We can't.
Ooh, that's kind of a low blow, killer.
Well, I had to go low because I can't knock any more of his teeth out.
I know, man, but it's like Fast and Furious, man. Too soon. Like you don't smack on the nitros halfway through the race, man.
Oh man, but you know those hot shots, they just keep coming.
Yeah, I know. It's just I don't know, man. While I do have some, contempt for these individuals, I also have, a heart too, and it's just like
And I understand that, but you know what? Not only did the kid lose its mom, it also lost its dad because he can't get out of his own way. So he had to sign the rights over to his own child to one of his family members who don't even want him around. So once your family starts telling you to kick rocks too, that's all I need to know about you.
yeah, I mean it's pretty telling at least, but
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
The question's pretty straightforward, but Lanto has other matters he'd like to discuss.
Well, first, can I just make a few clarifications?
Listen, I'm going to caution you that anything you say can and will be used against you. So
I understand. And you're stating that it's based on an interaction. So my guess is that you have no firsthand knowledge of anything that happened.
Well, I'm not stating anything. All I'm telling you is what the people of the city of Taylor have charged you with.
It seemed like you were getting a little angry. I don't know. I mean,
I'm not getting angry, sir. Oh, nobody's trying to bamboozle.
This is the way he gaslights people right here.
I just want to know if you're pleading guilty or not guilty. And if you're not answering that question, then I'll enter a plea of not guilty for you so that it preserves all of your constitutional rights and the case still moves forward.
Well, like I said, I would just prefer to be left alone and not have to come back at all. And my concern is we've got a police officer and we've got a prosecutor, both are state actors, and they're trying to bring charges against.
that sounds exactly like the call he had yesterday when they got exposed. My concern is,
and this is what and maybe people will disagree with me, but if he's such an activist, why isn't he trying to fight for what you know what I mean? Why is he not showing up for court? Why is he playing these games? If he's so right and such a freedom fighter, fight for what you believe in. It's a game.
Yeah, I mean, so this is what I will say, okay? Everybody has their flavor. Everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah.
That's just like, for example, okay? Bill right here, okay?
Yeah.
I
Bill's
know for
very
a
upset.
fact that Bill has been in these same people's chats saying a lot of things that are different than kind of what he's saying right now.
Right.
But here's the thing, okay? I'm not Bill's daddy, okay? I'm not going to tell Bill who to believe, who not to believe.
Mm-mm.
Bill, I assume, is an adult who can use their own brain, make their own decisions, and go from there.
Yep.
So yeah, so I don't try to overlord over other people and say you can do this or you can do that, because that's just not my place.
Mm-mm.
And I just don't know or understand where like these losers get off thinking that they have that place anywhere, that they have any right to criticize anybody else or put them on trial when they're fuck ups themselves.
Right.
Sorry, guys. It mutes every time I hit play.
Going to get a fair and meaningful hearing.
I swore an oath to the Constitution that I put my hand on the Bible and swore to. And I'm telling you, I don't break my oath.
Okay,
So now,
agree
if you imply that you're not going to get a fair hearing, that's my job, is to make sure that fairness happens, that due process happens.
Judge Slavin remains calm, even as Lanto questions the integrity of the court.
If the victim is going to be the city of Taylor and it's going to be presided over by a judge that is paid by the city of Taylor, then I have serious concerns for the fairness and the meaningfulness of these proceedings.
I am a judge of the 23rd District Court of the state of Michigan. It's located in the city of Taylor, but I am not. I don't work for the city of Taylor. And right now, I can do one of two things. One, I can set this up for a pretrial, or I can just set it for a jury trial or bench trial right now.
This time, instead of answering the judge's one question, Lanto offers up a proposal to end the case.
I'm willing to forego any intention of criminal charges against the prosecutor if they're willing to just dismiss this now and leave me alone.
Can you pause it
The
real
judge
quick?
has had enough and decides to wrap things up by scheduling a settlement.
So rewind it to the part where he's just about to say, "I'm willing to do whatever," and just.
Oh, you
just
noticed
get
that
it.
he had more teeth then too?
No, but well, there's that. But hold on.
That is true. That's a good point, Killa. But go on,
there's
GS.
that. But the movie Princess Bride, inconceivable. This guy is the inconceivable guy. He's a bagel pretending to be a Sicilian. Holy crap! I didn't notice it until this angle. Okay. Anyway, just inconceivable. Just imagine the inconceivable guy every time he talks now.
Yeah, but you know what? The problem with people like him is even when he goes in front of that bow tie judge who actually does probable cause hearing, he will still call that guy corrupt.
Yeah.
What's his name? Fletcher?
Yeah, Judge Fleischer.
The prosecutor if they're willing to just dismiss this now and leave me alone.
The judge has had enough and decides to wrap things up by scheduling a settlement conference between the state and the defendant.
I would advise. If there's a resolution, then there's a resolution. If there's not a resolution, then I'll ask if you want a bench trial or jury trial. All right.
Outstanding, because I'd like to talk to this prosecutor who I suspect is a criminal at this time.
The defendant may have finally crossed the line.
I'm going to caution you, Mr. Lanto. I'm going to caution you, and I'm going to caution you once. And the next time it happens, I will hold you in contempt. I do not run a Jerry Springer show. I do not run a Jerry Springer show.
Can you just imagine that? Like, keep in mind, guys, this was on like TV, I think. Okay. And it's sad that Josh is on TV before any of us, obviously. But the fact is the way he's painted, though, it's not in a good light. Like, he will forever be known by anyone who did see him as the crazy sovereign citizen guy who just got fucked in court.
Yep.
Am I right or am I?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
100%.
I have never seen this, and I thought my opinion of him couldn't get any lower. Thank you, Lucid Layer. Well done.
Oh, Lucid's freaking awesome. I love her. She's awesome.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
I always laugh too at these like wannabe YouTube lawyers that act like they know the Constitution and the law, but yet they can't ever just shut the fuck up when the prosecutor's talking. Like, you know, the prosecutor can run his pie hole all he wants, and you're supposed to wait until it's your turn to run your pie hole. But they can't. They always overtalk everybody, and then they wonder why the judge freaks out on them.
Well,
yeah. Go ahead, Navy.
You know, this is how smart Lanto is. In another court hearing, he was being charged for driving without a license. And during the arraignment, he refused to say, "I understand," because he said he didn't understand what the word drive meant. And the judge kept rescheduling the arraignment. Well, he's so smart that he went on somebody's live stream called Artie's Corporate Fiction, who's a lawyer, and basically told Artie that that he's trying to make it a kangaroo court, and what a joke he's making of all this, and doesn't remember that whole Fifth Amendment, everything you say can be held against you. So the next time he was in court, the prosecutor basically said, he went on this live stream and said that this is all a joke and blah, blah, blah. And they finally did their arraignment because he's too stupid to shut his mouth.
And guys, just so you know, Lucid is just fucking awesome as shit, as always.
Yeah. He is like, I think it was Killa said it earlier, he cannot get out of his own way.
Hey, I just want to let you know, Boot, your bone is sticking through the zipper of your pants. Put that away, please.
I'm trying, man, but it's so hard. It keeps sticking out. Give me 1 second. All right, so let's watch the rest of this real quick, and then we'll go to
Yeah.
the next link that I got.
Okay.
Damn it.
And call each other names. Until you prove otherwise in a court of law beyond a reasonable doubt, you are not to call any other litigant a criminal.
Lanto decides to heed Judge Slavin's warning.
Okay, I certainly appreciate you being fair.
That's what I do. That's what I always do. Have a good day.
Thank you.
The judge went on to grant Gazicki.
Exactly. Back out, you little fucking bitch. You little bitch. Josh, you little bitch. What a little bitch, guys.
Oh, cracks
Hang on
me
for a
up every
second.
time.
Oh yeah, dude's a total little bitch.
It's ridiculous.
All right, guys, we're gonna see some Google AI real quick because I don't got no premium.
Found this beer left over from some campers and I'm totally wasted. Have you guys seen this vlogging Yeti online? I'm gonna teach
Just let go.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
Lanto,
y'all.
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, counsel, you want to put your appearance on record?
Looks like Mr. Cooch left the room, Judge.
Josh, seriously, bro, you couldn't even like comb your fucking hair.
I'm waiting to see how many teeth he has this time.
Like, dude, you look like you just woke up from like a heavy night of fucking drinking the night before, bro. Or like a 3-day binge of blowing, you know what else, bro.
He was drinking piss harder, or is it press harder or piss harder? I think he was doing the golden showers.
Yeah. Well, that's how he lost his other teeth, you know. David pressed harder and boop, popped the rest of them out. That's why if you measure the gap in his top front teeth, it's the exact dimensions of a hot dog.
Is he anywhere to be seen?
So here we are, Joshua Lanto, aka today's main character, enters court with a tone that already says, I run this. You can tell from his vibe this is going to be anything but a normal arraignment.
Dude, why are your eyes so wonky, bro? Look at them wonky ass eyes.
Yeah, he came out and went back in.
Okay. Mr. Greco, it's been indicated to me that somebody wants a 30-day adjournment on Mr. Lanto's case for discovery. Is that right?
I wasn't. That's fine with me, Judge, if that's what the request is.
Well, quick objection. The request was, why don't we just drop this right now?
Okay, Mr. Lanto, you understand that you're the one requesting that you be given 30 days to get discovery. It's not the
Well, the first thing I
prosecutor.
want.
You want a trial today? You want a trial today?
Well, I mean, I'd even be willing to, sign a guilty plea today if the court can just produce the factual evidence of jurisdiction. It should be in my file somewhere. I was asking for the same thing up.
All right, so this seems to be before Press Harder knocked out his top front teeth.
But he is missing another one.
Well, yeah, there's a slow decline.
All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth.
My two front teeth, my two front teeth.
Look, yes, it's my two front teeth.
Suffering succotash.
Suffering succotash.
In the Clarkston courthouse, and they send me to the Oakland County Jail.
Mr. Lanto, I'm not going to produce anything. I don't have to. I'm the judge.
Did he just say the Clarkston courthouse sent him to the hospital for asking about jurisdiction? Bro, this man thinks jurisdiction is some mythical secret sauce the court needs to unlock like a cheat code.
And as far as I know, the prosecutor can only produce what he wants to produce to convict. So we're not doing that. Your attorney's asked for 30 days. Do you want the 30 days or do you want to go to trial today?
Well, let's see what the discovery evidence has to say. But first, if they could, very first thing out of there, they could send the factual evidence of jurisdiction. That would be great. It should be a one-page document. If the prosecutor filed it, fantastic.
Mr. Lanto, you're talking crazy.
You're
I would
talking
suggest
crazy.
that you listen to your attorney.
You're a schizo,
Okay?
Josh.
I'm going to
You're
adjourn
Josh.
this matter on his motion for
You're
30
retarded,
days.
Josh.
Did you
or
just
so.
say? Can you
I'm going
clarify
to
something
send
for me?
this to
Did
the
you just?
assignment clerk, Mr. Lanto. You're not listening. See, that's why you get in trouble, because you like to talk and you.
He's very much right. But hey, guys, do you guys remember Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Chip and Dale, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Chip and Dale.
Dude, how does his eyelids have eyelids?
Josh does not have a good
Snozberries
angle.
taste like snozberries.
Exactly.
Oh.
You think you know it all and you don't listen. I'm going to adjourn your case for 30 days. I'm going to send the matter down to the assignment clerk. She'll send out a notice.
You're talking crazy. That's the moment. No legal tap dancing. The judge just drops the hammer. You can feel the years of courtroom nonsense boiling over right there.
Hopefully your attorney will have the discovery that he wants by then, and we can handle your case. Okay?
No, he loves when people drop the hammer
Have
on
you
him.
kind of calmed down a little bit?
What'd he say? No. You're all set.
It seems like you were
Leave the
getting
meeting.
angry. It seems like you were getting angry.
No, Mr. Lanto, you can leave the meeting. We'll see you in 30 days or so. Clerk will send you.
The judge is clearly done with these sovereign citizen games. The irony? Lanto keeps saying he'll take a guilty plea if the court proves jurisdiction, but that's not how any of this works.
Well, I just want the record to show I've asked these same questions in several courts, and nobody has said I'm talking crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first time somebody said I've been anything but reasonable in a courtroom.
Huh. That's amazing.
Huh. Right.
That's
You're
amazing.
talking like you know all about the law, and it doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, then let me ask a few questions for clarification.
You don't need to ask any questions. We'll deal with it in 30 days, Mr. Lanto.
No, Josh, we don't want to do
Wait,
it your bullshit.
we can't ask simple logical questions today?
Ask your attorney when you see him.
Like I said, I'd be willing to sign the guilty plea and just, be done with this if I just see the factual evidence of jurisdiction, number one. And
That's
then number
why we're
two.
asking for discovery.
Okay, and then the proof of jurisdiction is going to be in there? Is that, I'm asking a simple logical question. It's either yes or no, the proof is going to be in there or not. It's very simple. It's very logical, actually.
Man, this guy really thinks court is like tech support. Yes or no, it's jurisdiction in the file? Like it's a missing USB drive. Wild.
And we can talk about it. So when you get that letter,
well,
can I put on there that he's in person? I'm going to indicate to the assignment clerk that I want you here in person. You know where the courthouse is?
Well, I feel like I'd be in danger if I came there. I'd be in danger.
If I came there, you're gonna lock my ass up.
I'll assign a policeman to watch over you.
That's the scariest
But
thing
you
I
watch
could
over
hear.
him when he comes.
Absolutely.
That is the scariest thing I could ever hear.
Wait, what?
Okay.
I'll be in danger if I show up in court. And the judge just casually offers to assign a cop to watch over him. Like, that's supposed to calm him down?
And that's coming from a very reasonable person.
Okay, we'll see you in person in about 30 days, whatever date it is.
That's the line. That's the scariest thing I've ever heard. And I'm a reasonable person. The level of delusion here is actually impressive. This man truly believes he's making sense.
Assignment clerk gives you, and you come into court, and we'll take care of business, okay?
So what does it mean to take care of business and I got to come in person and you're going to assign a police?
You know, the saddest thing about Josh Chat is that there are more people who have made more money off of his idiocy than even him himself. Like, he has in fact he's made less money off of him looking like a fucking idiot online versus all these other people who have ever covered him.
Oh
Like,
my
that is
God.
a factual statement right there. facts, facts, facts.
And then you said I'm talking crazy.
No, you got it.
Did I just recall what was said on the record? Did I just recall that correctly?
You said no. You said
Probably
it
not,
reverse. I said first that you're talking some crazy talk. Then I said I'm going to adjourn it for 30 days, and then I said because you're worried about it that I'd have an officer watch over you while you're in court. We'll see you in 30 days. People versus William Vaughn. Mr. Vaughn here.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Vaughn, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well then.
Okay. Counselor, you want to put your appearance on record?
Thank you, Robert Coots, on behalf of.
All
The
right,
best
guys,
part of
so-
that was definitely watching the attorneys' faces.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna continue on for just a little bit longer with this live stream, but after that, guys, honestly, I'm gonna direct you over to GS's channel because he starts in, I believe, about 15 minutes. So
I can push it if we go a little bit longer. I'll just let me know and I'll just keep my chat updated. Appreciate it.
oh, can you push it to the limit so you win it?
I could push it real good. I don't know. Maybe
Push
that's
it
a little
real
salt and
good.
pepper for you.
It's a people party.
Oops, that's the wrong one. Give me 1 second, guys. F'd up. Share screen tab. This one.
I do gotta say, nothing screams reasonableness than wearing sunglasses in the middle of the night.
Oh, for sure.
Exactly.
You're not trying to hide anything at all. You know, clearly.
I can't have you. Nobody's gonna have you because that's what most men do when they shoot you or whatever they do to their woman. Like, come on.
I could see that. Yeah, I
Great
could see that. I
speculation.
could totally see Billy flipping out and then being like, boom, pulling the trigger and then being like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yep. And freaked out, jumped in the shower, shaved everything off.
That's cool. You guys
And then
can
started
imagine
concocting
it.
in his head right away as he's
That's
in the
great.
shower. He's starting to think, okay, how do I explain this to everyone, right?
Calls his best friend up that's in the backyard that's been there the whole fucking time.
Yeah. Yep. And wouldn't you know it, Don Carney, the guy that's in the thumbnail, the guy that we're going to be talking about here soon, hopefully. Don Carney, you know, he's been involved with this thing the whole way. He's giving, he's trying to say that we were really close to him the other day when Erica was going over to the house. He was trying to say, oh, she was super close to me. So he's still camping out at this house. These guys are just, I mean, it's just totally disgusting.
The same place where he told Alicia, wasn't it, that he said he was going to be living there when she asked him the question about that?
Oh, yeah, she did. She asked him, well, she said, well, Andrew was kicking you out. And Andrew was saying he wanted to put a tent on her property or something. And then that's when Carney said, no, I got a place. I'm living over it wherever it was, right?
Right. But to come to find out, he was 100 feet away from where she was at.
Yeah, and once you know it, as soon as she was gone, he's right back at the house.
And then that's crazy too, because remember GS and his whole crew, whatever, was calling the cops on her. Well, I guess she should have just fucking stayed there and let the cops show up because they would have found him on the property. Right? I mean,
when did we call the cops?
You didn't call the cops.
They say a bunch of other stupid things too, like, oh, you know, it's harassment. You know, she's trying to harass the hawk. They're talking about Erica would be trying to harass the hawk if Erica goes over to Andrea's house and finds the hawk there. When there's no intent, yeah, there's absolutely zero intent to harass the hawk. There's absolutely 100% intent to find out if the property is empty or if there's folks there.
Right.
If Hawk happens to be one of the folks there, she doesn't intend to harass the Hawk. She doesn't know if anybody's there or not. She's expecting to find an empty property.
Right. Right.
I appreciate that. That's high praise.
Isn't it very weird though that
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
After Lion passing, they tried making it like the other death was like days later, like they were like right connected to each other. Not one was months before Lion passed away.
They're like, look at this. There's a death of a neighbor right in the same neighborhood. There's a connection there, clearly, guys, right? Where are the investigators?
And like I said to you earlier, and I've said to GS, if they think Rabbit is so dangerous, why in the hell did they send that girl there?
It's a very good point. I think
Same
GS
reason-
said the same thing too in his live at the time.
Yep.
Sure did. Yeah.
It's the same reason they do all this on West Side and Cliff's channels because they really don't care about other people besides themselves.
Yeah, because those channels get no views. I mean, here, let's just real quick, guys. Hopefully I can just go back and it goes to the channel. Okay, hopefully we can go forward later, but let's go to this channel real quick, right? Let's go to the videos, right? So 2 weeks, 317, 3 weeks ago, 454, 105, 205. Okay, so this channel doesn't even get over, barely at least. There's a couple back here, but barely gets over 1,000 views. Like I'd say probably over 85% of the time.
Right.
But then if you notice when she's been going live, I mean, to be fair, still getting the same amount. If we can get this to work. Oh, they're still alive. Holy shit.
I love how she found the
No, they're
skinniest
not.
Ninja Turtle and put it up there.
Where were we at, guys? Jesus, like. I don't know where we were.
I think you were pretty close to the. I think you were pretty close to the end because I was trying to match it up on mine, but I think you skipped ahead quite a bit. I'll probably be covering some of this on my stream, I think.
Yeah.
Did you skip around quite a bit of this? Because I know we didn't watch almost 2 hours of it.
No, we definitely didn't watch it. I started it from like where I saw it live when I went live. So
okay,
I think it's around here. We'll see.
What does that say? The comment? Rebecca? Is that Rebecca?
Yeah,
like
Rebecca.
Can you
like three quarters of the way through.
To be fair, here's the thing. Okay, when we were watching, BSBT was there. Over here, if we go a little bit ahead of time, looks like Press comes in and he switches out. So let's watch, I guess, that real quick before we switch over.
Fucking said, I'm leaving. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. And he's like,
Yep,
I bitch.
I was
No,
right
if
here.
I don't, if I can't have you, nobody's gonna have you, because that's what most men do when they shoot you or whatever they do to their women. Like, come on.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see Billy flipping out and then being like, boom, pulling the trigger and then being like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yep. And freaked out, jumped in the shower, shaved everything off.
And then started concocting in his head right away as he's in the shower. He's starting to think, okay, how do I explain this to everyone, right?
Calls his best friend up that's in the backyard that's been there the whole fucking time.
Yeah. Yep. And when
Isn't it crazy how these psychopaths sit there and they paint this whole narrative in their head when they've already exposed themselves the day before?
Yeah.
By calling the police and the police going, no, it's not anything like you're trying to make it out to be.
Right. It's just bonkers to me
Yeah.
that
I mean,
none of them, I mean, none of them know Rabbit, right? Besides what they hear on the internet.
Right.
No, it's
Well-
not necessarily true. Go ahead.
Well, so
I mean, I just don't know who knows who.
right. So the thing is in the end is you can't squeeze blood from a rock, right? So people like Westside and, because at least from what I heard from Ruff, she's got really nothing going on for herself. And we all know from prior experience, Josh has absolutely nothing going on for himself. So, it's very easy. And this is kind of what I said to Navy Girl earlier today. It's really easy to defame and slander individuals when you really have nothing to lose, because once again, you can't squeeze blood out of a rock.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would agree with
Exactly.
Don't you know Don Carney, the guy that's in the thumbnail, the guy that we're going to be talking about here soon, hopefully. Don Carney, he's been involved with this thing the whole way. He's giving, he's trying to say that we were really close to him the other day when Erica was going over to the house. He was trying to say, oh, she was super close to me. So he's still camping out at this house.
Actually, real quick, GS, can I make a request by you so we can close this whole live stream out and get over to your channel?
Sure. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Well,
Is there any way that you could put up the footage, because it's in memberships only? I don't have access to it, but of last night when Carney told BSBT to basically mind his own business and go fuck himself.
Yeah. I'll try to have to find that.
Wait, from
Carney
last
told-
night.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'll try to find where it was a pretty long stream, so I'll try to find it.
Yeah, but he wasn't up on panel for a while.
Yeah, it's true. He was only like 15 minutes. Yeah, so that'll be easy to find where he hops up. You're right. Actually, it's pretty close to the beginning, if I'm not mistaken.
It was pretty hilarious. Like, he fucking put Josh's little bitch ass right in his place, bro.
Yeah, I like that too. Carney was like, and I'm glad that he wasn't going to play the stupid games, because these idiots, they heard the truth from the sheriff and they perpetuated a lie with it. Nothing you say to these idiots is gonna change anything than what they've already made up their mind.
Right.
Yeah.
I do got to say, my favorite part about all this is how they're crying about how bad the government is. They're sitting there suckling on the government's teat with all these free handouts. So the government's good enough to get free money and a living space and free food, but yet when you break the law, it's bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these people, you know, no offense. I mean, I don't know West Side too much, but I know David and Josh. They're both definitely losers. So
these guys are just, I mean, it's just totally disgusting.
The same place where he told Alicia, wasn't it, that he said he was going to be living there when she asked him the question about that?
Oh yeah, she did. She asked him. Well, she said, "Well, Andrew was kicking you out, and Andrew was saying he wanted to put a tent on her property or something." And then that's when Carney said, "No, I got a place. I'm living over it wherever it was." Right.
And guys, don't forget about Cliff Williams of the Vigilance Committee. He is the biggest idiot and moron and loser of them all. Dude's like almost 80 years old and is still playing grifting games at that age. Complete manipulator, complete subversive. We like to call him shaky hand Santa. So
Right. But to come to find,
because you know he claims that he can't manage to just text one back like a real man. So, but even though he's always talking shit in chats, it's like, your fingers work okay for typing, but you can't text, really? Come on, Cliff.
Yeah.
Be a man about it. Don't be a little pussy about it, man.
no, he was 100 feet away from where she was at.
Yeah, and once you know it, as soon as she was gone, he's right back at the house.
And then that's crazy too, because remember GS and his whole crew, whatever, was calling the cops on her. Well, I guess she should have just fucking stayed there and let the cops show up, because they would have found him on the property. Right? I mean, that's
well,
what...
then they say a bunch of stupid things. They say a bunch.
So then why didn't she? Why did she have the energy the whole time of, oh, I'm afraid, this is scary, I shouldn't be here? Oh, is it possibly because she was trespassing on private property? And then on top of that, she's not even trespassing on the right property. She's illegally trespassing on other people's property who has no fucking clue why she's there. I mean, if she went to the right place, at least Rabbit would probably be like, oh, I know who that is. I've seen her. But the fact that you're at a random person's house because you're so fucking stupid you can't go to the right place, you might actually alarm somebody and actually get hurt because they have no fucking clue who you are. Here's some random ass person speeding down their gravel private road, going down, hopping out of your car, talking to your phone like as if you're talking to a bunch of people, and recording their fucking lot. Like, what do you expect?
Blows my mind.
To be fair, they're not the sharpest marbles in the bag.
No, not at all. I mean,
and did you call the cops on her?
Themselves.
Well,
no, GS did not call.
I did not
call
the cops.
No,
I did.
He was
I
live
did
the whole
not call
time. No,
see,
someone in
they
chat
just make shit
claimed
up.
they did. Yeah, someone in chat claimed they did, and I don't even think that really happened, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't.
People like to talk a lot of shit and mislead, you know, people who are doing their shows. So
right.
Other stupid things too, like oh, you know, it's harassment. You know, she's trying to harass the hawk. They're talking about Erica would be trying to harass the hawk if Erica goes over to Andrea's house and finds the hawk there. When there's no intent. Yeah, there's absolutely zero intent to harass the hawk. There's absolutely 100% intent to find out if the property is empty or if there's folks there.
Right.
If Hawk happens to be one of the folks there, she doesn't intend to harass the Hawk. She doesn't know if anybody's there or not. She's expecting to find an empty property.
Right. Right.
I appreciate that. That's high praise.
How about it's none of your business?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, if you think I remind you of a man like that, and if he protected your mother and you, then he was a man. And if he loved God, I love God. I really do.
It looks like Josh abandoned the stream to go get a hit of something, huh?
Love God. And I know God loves me. But I don't know. I can say I know Jesus, but I'm not sure if Jesus knows me. I'm definitely not worthy to sit next to Jesus. But I'm a work in progress. I'm working on it. I am.
No, they have to get their talking points together, Boot.
Is a jury member, you know, you decide
right
his guilt
behind
for
scenes.
yourself,
Hey
but you
man,
don't have
what
the power to
are you
lock
gonna
him up,
say? This is
but
what
you
I
have the power
said
to decide his guilt in your
in total, or have done 1,500.
Josh is still gone.
And
that GS thing, he does this for the money. Yep. Keep in mind what
he sure did say that. Yeah, be right back.
Recommend anyone if you got a talent and a penchant to do it, and you have the wherewithal.
Daddy
capacity,
came in the house.
Matter of fact,
butt sex big tits. You're not telling me right. I got the hype on there
his
now.
Mainframe and deleted those videos. Oh, really? Is that what he said, Seven City?
And look, the same Seven Cities who was trying to sit in here and try to preach about how cool and great and how righteous they are is the same subversive in these same people's chat that we're reviewing.
What do you know?
What would you know? Isn't that fucking crazy, y'all?
Yes.
Wait, deleted what videos? I'm just popping in.
Well, he said that he
That's why
deleted
your
videos. Jess
joke,
just said
Seven
in his
Cities,
thing that he deleted like
fucking joke.
1,300 videos. But Seven City said, I thought he said JJ hacked into his mainframe and deleted those videos.
What?
So that's telling two different stories. Todd's calling himself a content creator is funny. What a
Well, direct deposit is over there hooting and hollering and shit. He wants a phone call. Apparently we're the only ones in the whole world he wants to talk to now. Well, he can figure out how to contribute to this story. You know, maybe start interrogating his good pal JJ. You know, make yourself fucking useful and stop you know, trying to fuck everything up and shit. Come out of the closet for good. You know, open the screen door, right? Face the world. You know, Christopher.
Right.
A lot of projection going on there.
I mean, he really wants you to call though.
Oh, a ton. You know, Press Harder is probably like what, 5'9", 125 pounds. You know, to be fair, Ruff's like 180, like 6'2", 6'3". So
Can somebody, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
go ahead. You're good.
Can somebody explain to me how it transitioned from Andrea and all of that stuff to Ruff needs to interrogate JJ? Exactly what for and what is the connection?
Oh, well, they had to move the goalpost.
Yeah, we need one of those big maps with a bunch of thumbtacks and string.
Exactly. With that being said, guys, welcome G Swag to the chat. Hey, G, how you doing, bud?
Hey, buddy.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Swag.
How's everyone doing tonight? A little late.
You're good, man. Doing good. How you doing, brother?
I know a little bit better now. Had a good visit, and so everything is looking on the up and up.
Well, it's good to have you here, man. That's for sure. So,
What have I missed? Is this something we watched before, or?
I know it's a live stream from about 2 hours ago.
Hello,
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah, they say a lot of silly things. So, but we're gonna be getting it here in 2-3 minutes because GS is gonna go live here. So,
Okay, well, good deal. Good
No,
deal,
I just pushed it back. I pushed my stream back to 10:15, so we got a little bit of grace.
Did anybody see what my chat graced their screen? Because I asked Westside Accountability. I said, "Be the bigger man. Give Ruff a call."
Nice.
He really wants you to. What's up, Lawless?
He can play the phone calls. You know, start going through the live streams and figure it out. Because we're way past time for talking with him. I mean, if he wanted to talk to me, I never would have talked to him anyway. But if he wanted to, he could have tried reaching out before Andrea died. But once Andrea died, then you know,
he's mad.
There's kind of like no going back from that, you know.
I mean, well, yeah.
Right. I mean, that's when it, huh? And it's all political too. It's called a clue. When everybody knows that red rum is bad, right? Everybody knows that.
Right.
Right. But when you have certain folks that are aligned with each other that will okay murder in certain circumstances, then you know that it's political, because that only happens when there's political, somebody, you know, it's identity politics, right?
Right.
That's the only time that happens. And this is political because, you know, people.
Can anybody like tell me like what the fuck these crackheads are talking about? Because I'm completely lost. Like I've been.
I don't know. Who the hell is he talking about?
Right.
So what I'm getting out of it is he's trying to make it seem like Ruff should have called him to make amends before Lion passed away, because they're too dumb to realize the only reason Ruff wants him to call now is because they're calling Ruff an ender of life.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
And what do they keep basing it on now?
Because they're retarded.
Since there is no end of life, there is no open investigation, there is no, manhunt.
Right. Well, the problem is that Ruff, Chris didn't ride the narrative that they like, so now they're, you know, going after him. And if they were so confident in their message, they could. Why didn't they call him? They said, well, you know, he needs exposed. Okay, call him.
Yeah, and what's Shaky Santa was bragging about how from what I've seen, Ruff having an echo chamber and he bans people and stuff like that. I think the vast majority of us are banned on his live chat. So what's he talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
I know. I know. I am. He gets really triggered by me fast. So,
What?
yep.
I can't
Right.
imagine.
Look, surprise,
Get super
surprise.
shaky.
Yeah.
People Party. They don't like the People Party. They hate people. Direct D, DMA, AFA, the Pentagram 5, the No Square, the
What?
triple entendre of oxymorons. They all hate the people, and they always have hated the people. And
Yeah, Navy girl. So just in case you like missed it,
Oh my
they all want
God.
to wear GS's skin.
What does AFA and DMA have anything to do with any of this?
Everything.
Exactly. That's really baffling.
It
They
has
said-
everything to
nothing.
do with it, according to them. Everything. Okay, it's the pinnacle points of everything in the whole community. DMA,
Oh my Lord.
AFA, and Chris Ruff, they are like the Triforce. Like, do you guys know about Zelda?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, you better start fucking learning, all right? Look up Zelda.
Yes, sir.
Look up the Triforce, okay? It's kind of like the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, right? You got like AFA, DMA, and Chris Ruff. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. And you better fucking pray to them.
Oh my God.
Chat, we need 1 minute real quick. Complete silence. We need to pray for the gods of the 1A community, AFA, DMA, and Chris Ruff.
Oh my God.
Everyone.
Oh.
1 minute.
Hard pass.
Obey the gods, GS, or perish.
I like what James the Ginger said. Cue the Looney Tunes song.
Exactly.
It's political.
Oh my God.
GS.
What does that say in the comment? Rebecca? Is that Rebecca?
Yeah, Rebecca.
I can't read the comment. I can't see it.
He serves on, I think, the separation. Lion's death. R.I.P. It's sickening.
The separation.
Yeah, that's the thing. And if you're just tuning in, let us know, because there is plenty of evidence. We're, as a community, past the point of debating whether or not she was murdered.
Right.
Right.
Really?
Suicide is completely off the table for
Really?
pretty much everybody that's been watching this. As far as I know, that's been willing to talk about it, it's off the table.
Right. Except for certain people, but I don't really even think they heard. I think or maybe they did hear it, but they were just not understanding. Because how do you not understand?
There's some that say they don't want to.
So I just want to point out that it seems like while we're pretty much like 8 minutes away from the end of their live stream, they're not even halfway through GS's live stream. like he, to be fair, he went pretty long at 4 hours, 14 minutes, but like they're not even halfway through.
I am endless content for all the internet.
But
you are. You really
Endless
are.
content farm.
If people was so concerned, he talks about how he hitchhiked his way across the whole entire country. Why don't he just walk his happy ass back to freaking North Carolina to find out anything for himself?
Yeah, that's a pretty good point.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not like you need to bring clothes or anything with you, bro.
Right.
Yeah, he's a life packer.
But they're not willing to stand up for the sushi. But they don't want to state their opinion, whatever. But they kind of do anyway.
Right.
But
or they say they just don't care about another human being.
Right. Oh,
Wow.
I kind of heard that. That was Katie's head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has no emotion.
But doesn't she do murder stories?
And keep in mind, yeah, she's got no emotion. Coming from a guy who's like been falsely accusing someone for like the last 4 weeks of killing someone. Like,
Thank
Jesus
you.
Christ, dude, you are fucking retarded.
No, it's not that we don't care. We just find it a little alarming to accuse someone of that with, trust me, bro, and secondhand information. I don't know. I have a hard time with that.
Yeah, it's just, in my opinion, it's a pretty fucking horrible look. That's just, me
It's an
personally, I
awful
guess.
story. And if they cared, and I've said it again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If they cared about this woman, they'd be celebrating her life, not doing this crap.
I do gotta say, at least Ryder and Tab both make excuses, right? Ryder will go, "Oh, I can't show you. It's top secret for my lawyer." Right? And then Tab goes, "Oh, you guys do your own job." And these guys just go, "Who cares?"
Yeah. Do your own job. I don't have to prove anything.
Oh, really? Is
Just
that what you
saying.
think? Is that what you think? Well, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, JS. Yeah.
JS.
Oh, like the Kohlberger case? Yeah. She tries to fake emotion.
Okay. Makes
Right.
sense.
But she doesn't care in this case or anything. She has zero to add to the Kohlberger case. But here she is, just working together, this evil group that.
All right, guys. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of over covering these absolute retards. GS has a panel, I'm sure, boiling real soon. So I say we take it over to GS's side of the street. You know what I mean? So.
Well, Boot, thanks for having me up. I do appreciate it.
All right.
Navy, Swag, GS.
I'm gonna go live right now, so it'll give it a couple of seconds for a transition. So that way you can send them my way, I suppose. But I do appreciate it, and it is open panel, so.
Sounds good to me, man.
Is it still the lampshade night for you, GS?
It may turn into that. We'll have to see how it goes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get some food first, but I'll probably show up. Right.
Hey, I wanted to tell y'all. I had a horrible day. My water heater busted. It's gone. I don't know how I'm gonna pay for it, but I've had a horrible day, and you guys have cheered me up, and I really, really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Well, I'll donate 100 mukbang bucks and get you back in the feed.
If they were going to go to pay for, I would have gave you money, Navy girl, if it went to your horses.
Yeah, you got to make up some kind of bullshit, man. Water heater, really? Really? See through that.
Oh, you guys crack me up. Woo. No, I appreciate it.
No problem.
Hold on, let me do this real quick. Share, copy. All right, chat. So,
all right.
Here. You guys click on that link that I posted, Lucid's Lair. Repost if you can, but that's for GS right there.
All right, y'all have a good night.
All right, I'll see y'all over there.
Later, everybody.
Yep.
All right, peace out.
Peace.